Please welcome Dionne Ewen.
Yes, thank you very much, Marike. I really enjoy being here. Thank you very much. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our history of our company. This is our main production facility in Sint-Oederode, near Eindhoven, where we are right now. And this was also the trigger for us to make our business more sustainable in the 1990s already. So as you can see, we are packed in a small village with neighboring houses, but also in a national park at the end of our production facilities. So we started with sustainability in the late 80s already. Also triggering sustainable design, what we call circular design right now. We actually produced our first eco-design chair in 1992. We call it circular design right now. And this is our vision on circular business, as which we know that for the resource extraction, the most environmental footprint is related to that. Then we produce our products. We assemble them and then we distribute them. And then the trick is to remain with this product uphill for as long as possible. We do this by furniture as a service, for example, but also by increasing our maintenance and repair facilities that we have. Which is completely different because you saw our largest production facility. It was basically always materials in, products out. So a traditional model of a production company. And now, with a circular business, we have to change our mindset on how we treat these products, but also to make sure that we loop these products for multiple times. And how can we create business out of this? This automatically means that we will produce less in the future, but we will take back more products from the market, reuse them again, and then sell them or lease them out again for office furniture in the future. So the trick is to keep these products uphill for as long as possible. And what we do then is to offer reuse and refurbish activities. So what we do, for example, if our customers, they have a lot of installed base of products, we can do refurbishment on site, or we take them back, the products, we refurbish them, and then we redistribute them again to our customers. But also, we can take back these products, we refurbish them, and we keep them in stock in case any other company wants to use these products. And we know that the carbon footprint reduction we can achieve by cycling these products is 80 up to 95% per product. So this is a really, really big impact we're talking about. But also, how do we make this transition as a company? That's pretty difficult, actually, because we are in a business-to-business market. So our customer usually prescribes to us that they want to buy our product, which is not our preferred case, because we would like to remain the owner of the product so that we ensure that we can cycle these products multiple times. So circular design is great, but once you sell them, you don't know what's happening with the products after maybe a really short usage period. So for us, it's really the trick to change our mindset and also our customers' mindset in leasing the products, or that we can automatically buy the products back at the end of their use period. Because we know that 90% of all furniture in Europe still ends up in landfill way before the product technical life ends. We know that the commercial lease, which is the office lease term, is often 5 up to maybe 7, 8 years, and our product's technical lifetime is 10, 15, maybe 20 years. So there's a big difference between the actual use period and the technical lifespan of the product. And this is what we want to solve. Furthermore, we also know that work environments change really fast. So we know that something you might buy today is really good for your work environment right now, but in a couple of years, your employees do not like it anymore. For example, what we see right now, a big increase in video conferencing due to COVID. So we know that we don't need all these desks in the office anymore. We also need quiet space, one-person quiet space, where you can have your separate meeting. We don't need too many big meeting rooms anymore, but a lot of one-person meeting rooms. And then we also need a lot of space for collaboration and other activities at the office. So we know that products that you might have bought maybe 5 or 10 years ago are not fit for your work environment right now anymore. which leads to unhappy employees and also maybe your employees avoiding the office because they prefer to work from home. What we do with our leasing concept is that you also have the flexibility to send us the products back, and then we'll send you the new products that you might need. So we go back to the drawing table together with you after a couple of years to find out what you need and to make sure that your workspace is still fit for use at this period of time. So this might actually help our customers to have both the flexibility and the sustainability part in once, because if we remain the owner, then we can make sure that we circulate these products as good as possible. So how do we do this? Because this is a really big shift for a production company. Like I mentioned, we were used to sourcing materials and producing the products. We know from production companies that their economic model is to produce and sell as many products as possible. So we really have to turn this thinking around. And also, we have to follow our products. So in the past, when we sold our products, it didn't really matter where they ended up, because they were standing somewhere. Maybe there was a second-hand sale, but we don't know about it. And right now, we have to add RFID, but also QR codes to our products, so that we can actually be sure that once we place them at our customers' location, that we know that the products still remain at their place and that they won't be moved anywhere around, because these are our products. So that's really relevant, but also a tricky one. And then last year we opened a very big warehouse location. It's called the Circular Hub. It's also it's in Veghel in the Netherlands, also near Eindhoven, where we take back this year only 50,000 pieces of furniture for refurbishment, and then we send them back into the market. And we actually see that this new production facilities, as I may call it, is making up for the fact that we want to produce less. So actually producing less helps us to grow this business unit, which is so important for the circular economy. And in the future, what we will do is also expand maybe the number of circular hubs globally, so that we can actually make sure that we can orchestrate where the products are, to take them back and then redistribute them again. So this is a completely different mindset for us, but also for our business. And it really tricky part is that we have to convince our customers, of course, that they don't buy the products anymore, but that they will lease it, preferably, because that's the easiest way that we can guarantee that we can loop these products for multiple times, remaining a healthy company financially, but also producing less. So what we are doing right now is decoupling our economic growth of our company from production, which is a really big shift, because we have multiple production facilities. So this is also maybe some stranded assets that we might have, and we really have to turn this around. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, the travel that we have been doing since the 90s, but where we are right now in this really big transition of our company. Thank you very much.
Ewen, thank you so much. So am I correct in thinking that you are now moving towards a completely lease-based company, or are you already at the moment?
No, we are transforming into a lease-based company, and what's necessary is that we have to convince our customers that they don't buy our products anymore, but that they lease them. We see, luckily, that there's a really big perception on sustainability right now with big corporations, which are our customers, and we see that the growth of the prescription model is growing really fast. Also, for example, during COVID, in the working from home solution. So a lot of our customers, they wanted to provide all their colleagues a working from home desk and chair, but they didn't really know how long it would last. So they wanted to lease it, and that actually helps us to accelerate the leasing proposition.
So that was something, at least that the timing of that pandemic sort of helped someone at least a little bit. That's good. You say, of course, the mindset from making money by selling as much as possible, as quickly as possible, from making money from being able to, of course, distribute the same item multiple times. I mean, surely maybe you can talk about that a little bit, but that's also a really good proposition, I'm sure, because you make one product and then you get to sort of send it out a few times and make money again and again.
Yes, and what we also know is that if we can really bend this around, so making our furniture as a service our biggest part of revenues, then we know that we can lower the price of our products because we know that we can indeed sell or lease out our products multiple times. So we don't have to earn our money with just one single sale, but we can spread it out over 3 lease periods, for example.
Yeah. So what percentage is the Lease Hub now as part of your entire business?
Yes, I really don't know. I think it's approximately 5 to 10% right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
And you're going towards, is the aim 100%?
Yes, it should be like the vast majority of our revenues in the future. Definitely.
Any idea in how many years? What's the time frame?
Yeah, so what we do right now is to have we have to do a lot of conversation about it to make it more like an awareness also with our customers. So our roadmap is right now that in 2030, we want to have the major share of our sales from either furniture as a service or buy back and then resell again. So that's also a option that will work for us, but it's more complex. With the leasing construction, we of course know that we will automatically get the products back. Otherwise, we have to source them from the market, which is also an option that works.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've got many questions, but I'm sure you do too. If you have one, please wave at me. You should be in the dark. Once it's your turn, you can walk up to that microphone. It will reveal itself when you get there. Introduce yourself and fire away. I think I saw one. Yeah, go right ahead. Thank you so much.
So thank you for your interesting presentation. My name is Barry Eggen. I'm the director of the Design United, but also a professor here at Eindhoven University of Technology and the Department of Industrial Design. So I really like your story, also how Arend, we work also with Arend, but how you do this. But I was wondering, so you talk about furniture that goes in the loop, but how are these ideas organized? So you talk to your end customers, so the people who sit on the chairs. So how is the contact with them? Is there an in-between layer? Is it the manager of the building? So that's the one hand. So how do you get this information back, what the people want? But also I know that Arend has visions on the future. They are very knowledgeable about new technologies. How do you get that to the people who sit on the furniture right now? So how is the end user involved in your cycle?
Thank you so much.
Yes, that's a really good question and also a complicated one. So what we often do or what we advise our customers to do, so our main point of contact is indeed a manager real estate or a manager offices, something like that, facilities sometimes. What we often say is that they need to also involve their employees. They can do this, there are multiple solutions you can use where you can discuss the topics. What would you like to do in work? How does your work environment enable you to do your work for as good as possible? And sometimes we see that there's a really big change or a really big difference between what people actually need in the office and how the office is right now. So we don't do the research ourselves. We can advise you some companies that can facilitate this kind of research. Sometimes we see that our customers, they do it themselves already. But that's a really important one indeed, because otherwise you just get a lot of desks, what we saw in the past, of course, a really, really big battery of desks everywhere. It's just not something that we need right now anymore. So we don't do it ourselves, but there are parties in the market that we could advise that to indeed do some researching amongst the users of the product. Yes.
Thank you so much. I saw one other question over here. You have to make it quick, so short and snappy, and you might even want to jog a little bit to the microphone. I'm joking, you don't have to run, but it's right over here. Could I ask you to go for a short answer?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Super fast. I think this is the main questions that everybody is trying to figure out working on Circularity. That is, how did you convince your business to do this first step, right? Because everybody here in the audience, everybody agrees with all these things, and I think a lot of us are pushing for the same thing in companies, but then when you bring it up to the, for instance, business units, then they are like, show me the data, right? How I can make money, why I should invest in this. So did you start just with a pilot to show them that can work, or you had a business case, or you just showed data that looked promising?
Yes, so I get your question.
Just very quickly, who asked this question?
Francesco De Fazio from Van Berlo.
Thank you.
Yes, it's a very good question. I think what I mentioned in the beginning of my presentation is that we have been on this journey since the 1990s already. So for us, this journey has been a very long one. Circular design was one from the past, which we are still doing right now. So this is our moment to do the business transition. So I can imagine if you just want to make a really quick transition right now, that your company is not able to make the transition. So for us, this is maybe a slightly different situation. And I think what we also see is that there's a really growing demand from our business-to-business customers on, for example, net zero targets in real estate and carbon zero things that they want to achieve. And we can help actually with this by circulating the materials for multiple times. So we also have created the market demand basically for
Very
this
clever.
solution.
Yeah, that's very clever.
Yeah.
You've already sort of put it out there that there's going to be a need for it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
question. Dionne, Ewen, everyone.
Thank you.